so now we're back and we're going to be doing our pages. So you are going to need 4 pieces that are 9 by 10.5. Okay. And then you're going to need 4 pages that are 8.5 by 9.5. So 4 pages or 4 pieces that are 8.5 by 9.5. Okay, so I already put one together already, and so I'm going to show you how to put them together, and you're just going to need one of these, okay? And so this is the 9 by 10.5 one, and you're just going to need your scoreboard. And what we're going to do is we're going to just flip this over. I'm going to flip it over. You don't have to flip yours over, but for me it's easier. So to show you guys. So you're just going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch right down the left hand side of that 9-inch piece laying across your scoreboard. Okay, so the 9-inch piece is going to be laying across your scoreboard, and you just score a 1/2 inch right down that side. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to lay the 10.5 inch across the top of your scoreboard. Okay, and you're going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch on the right hand side and a 1/2 inch on the left hand side. Okay, so just like that. And that's how you're going to do all 4 pieces just like that. Okay, so and then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and grab your scissors, and where you have your X right there, see it right here, right there, you're going to go ahead and just cut that just like that. Okay, same thing with this. There's the little X, and you're just going to go ahead and cut right like that. Alrighty, so I'm going to do another one with you real quick. Okay, so again, the 9-inch is going to be laying across the scoreboard. You're going to only score once, and that's going to be on the left hand side. Okay, you're going to turn it to the 10.5 inch side laying across the scoreboard. You're going to score a 1/2 inch on the right hand side, which is at 10, and then a 1/2 inch on the left hand side. Okay, right there, just like that. Alrighty, and then you're going to go ahead and grab your scissors, and where that X is, okay, you're going to go ahead and cut that off, and down here where that X is right here, you're going to go ahead and cut that off just like that. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to fold this back, and you're going to go ahead and just burnish that down. So all the 1/2 pieces, just go ahead and fold over and burnish down. Alrighty, so just like that. So now you should have something that looks like this, right? So the next piece you're going to get is you're going to get your 8.5 by 9.5 inch piece. Okay. So your 8.5 by 9.5 inch piece. And first what we're going to do, now you can do this one of 2 ways. You can do this with glue, or you can use your tape. Okay, so you would just get your tape and you would put it right across your pages right here. Or you could just get your glue, which is what I do. And I just put that right on my page. Okay, so now I just get my glue, and I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue right here. Make sure that you get the edges really good. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and grab your 9.5 inch piece. And I always start in the corner, so I'm going to grab my corner, put this corner, match that up with that. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and match those sides up. Okay, just like that. Alrighty, and then I just work around So I'm just going to go ahead, match that side up. Bring this over. That. And match that up. And then you're just going to go ahead and burnish down everything. Okay, just like that. All right, so that's how you're going to do all 4 pages, just like that. Okay, so that's what you're going to do, and that is page 3. So now I've got 3 pages done. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up doing my pages, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. So we are going to be starting on our pages now. And for the front and back of page 1, I've already cut out my mats, and I already inked around both of the mats, okay? And for the front of page 1, you're going to need 1 strip, okay, that is probably in your scrap pile, and it's 1 inch, okay, by 12 or whatever scrap piece you have. You just need to make sure it's about 12 inches, but longer than 6 inches, okay? So you need 1 of those, and if it's at 1 inch, you're just going to go ahead and score that right down the middle, okay? And you're going to use this piece as a hinge, and then you're going to go ahead and, of course, burnish that down right in the middle, okay? So we're going to use that as a hinge for this piece right, to construct this piece right here, which is 6 1/4 by 12, all right? You can cut 2 of these pieces out, all right? So for the 6 1/4 by 12, you're going to go ahead and put this right at the 12, lay this right across your scoreboard at the 12-inch side, okay? And you're going to score it right at 6. All right, I'm going to score that right at 6. I might grab my other tool here. Okay, so here you're going to go ahead and score this down at 6, all right? And then you're going to go ahead and fold this. Okay, now same thing with your second piece here. So again, you're going to need 2 of these that are 6 1/4 by 12. And this is one way you can make these little pockets. Okay, and again, we're just going to use our scraps to create the hinges on these. So you're going to go ahead and fold that right down the middle. Now, if you've seen some of my previous videos, we've done this before, but I really like using scraps on these because it gets rid of those 1 inch or 1.5 inch strips or 2 inch strips that you have in your scrap pile, and I love getting rid of those. I love getting rid of those because otherwise they just sit there. So I just think it's a nice way to get rid of some of your scraps. So for this, to create a hinge, you're going to go ahead and you're going to lay this down right in through here, okay? So I'm going to grab my glue, all right, and I'm just going to lay this down right at the edge here. Now you could put this also on your hinge if you wanted. So if you wanted to just lay it on there, you could do that. So just do it just like this. Okay. And you're going to go ahead and butt this up right against that. Okay, right here where we scored. You're just going to go ahead and press that right up against that. And I'm going to move this out of the way. So, and you're going to make sure it's at the edge of your paper. Okay. Just going to do that just like that. Alrighty. And if you have excess like I do, you're just going to go ahead and just pick that up Okay, just like that. And then you're going to go ahead and flip this over, and you can just cut that off. So I grab my scissors here, and I'm just going to butt those up right against that, tilt them a little bit, and cut that off just like that. Okay, so now you've got your hinge here. This is going to get folded over just like that. Okay, right on top of there, and that is going to be adhered down. So we're going to take the other piece of this strip, okay, and we're going to go ahead and lay that down. Like I said, you want to make sure that you have a nice 12 by 12 inch strip, 1 by 12, okay. You're going to lay that in your scoreboard and score down the middle, okay, and that's going to give you ½ inch on each side of that strip, and then you're going to burnish that down, and that's going to be your hinge for these papers, for your pockets here, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and burnish that down again, okay, just like that, right. And now you have this, and you're going to go ahead and just fold that over. And again, this is one way, like I like to use the scraps in our pile. So just gets rid of all of that. Okay, so that's how you're going to do that. And you're going to do the second one just like that right here. Okay. Okay, so once you get your strips on, okay, your hinges, you're going to go ahead and place your glue right on top of that, just like this. Alrighty, so just like that. And you're just going to fold this over. Just like that. Okay. Now you have something that looks like this, right? And so this is a flap on our page. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a hinge on the back of this. So again, you're going to grab one of your, I'm going to grab one of my smaller pieces, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and on the folded part where we scored, okay, that's where I'm going to lay my hinge. So I'm going to grab my hinge, and I'm just going to put my glue on there just like that. You're going to make sure your mouth or the opened part is on your left-hand side. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and again, you're just going to cut off that excess just like that. And if you need to add more glue, you can definitely do that. Okay, just like that. Okay, so there we go. So that is how you're going to do that one. And then these pieces, now they're going to lay like this, okay? And and what we can do is we can go ahead and lay these down, okay? So you're just going to grab your glue, put some glue on the back of your hinge there, okay? Go ahead and butt it up to the edge of your paper, just like this, okay? And you're going to go ahead, scoot that to the end there. Okay. Just like that. And just burnish that in, okay? Just like that. And then same thing with this one. So you're going to go ahead and put some glue right on here. Okay. Bring this over to the edge, okay, and make sure that it's in that corner area. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we are going to make our latch. And how we're going to do that is we are going to go ahead and on one of your papers, you have a sheet that looks like this, okay? And on the back, it looks like this. It's that dark pink, okay? In here, you have these little 4 pieces right here. You also have these pieces and you have these pieces, okay? Now you can pick out any one of these if you want, okay? I think for myself, I think I'm going to use one of these pieces up here, which means now I got to cut up here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut around these. All right. I'm just going to cut all the way around these, just like this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and toss that to the side. And here I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut each one of these out. Okay. I'm going to adhere these, once I cut them out, to the back of some scraps. So I've got some scraps here, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down to these little scraps. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and place 3 of these little scraps on the back of this. Okay, so it's nice and heavy, or 2. I might just do 2 for right now and see how that works. But you're going to place 2 pieces of paper, okay, together, and you're going to place them on the back of one of these once you get these cut out, okay? So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have our pockets on, okay, we're going to go ahead and place on you're going to go ahead and cut out the 6x6 pieces that you have in your stack. And they come like this. And a 4, like they're like together like this, and they're usually are 4 to a page. And on the back, they're on plain paper, or the plain solid colors of the pattern paper. Okay, so you have this dark green, and then you have some that have the photo or the little images in the corners there. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and pick out whichever ones you would like on your pages. Okay, so you're going to need 4 for this one. Okay, and then you're going to need 4 for page 3. So, okay, so for these to stay down, we're going to go ahead and use our little latch here that we cut out. You're going to go ahead and place a little brad in the middle piece, in the middle of this. And this is actually from my stash. Okay, so I'm not sure if Shelly has those in her shop, but you could just grab these over at any hobby store, and you can just go ahead and we're going to place this right here. So this will stay closed when it's opened. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make a little indent into our paper here. Okay, so I'm actually just going to poke this through just like this. Okay, and I'm just going to poke it right on the edge there. So it's just going to go right there, just like that. So I'm just poking it through the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off of there. Open this up, take this off. You're going to go ahead and once you poke your hole through, so my little brad is right there. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see it. It's right there. Okay, right there. All right, and I just poked it through, and then you can go ahead and just spread that out just like that. Okay, and so that is going to swivel back and forth. Okay, so when we have this on here like that, and these are closed, that's going to close that, and that these will stay down. Okay, so now if you want this one, if you want this overlapping this one, so if you wanted it like that, then you can place another one down here. Now you can place two of them down here if you want to, but I don't really think it's necessary. So we're just going to have one here. So when you close this, it will close like that. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and ink around my papers, and then I'm going to go ahead and mat everything down, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so for the back of page 1, you're going to need one piece that is 3 3/4 by 7 3/4, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the left and right side of the 7 3/4 inch, and then you're going to turn it and on your scoreboard and to the 3 3/4 inch side, and you score a 1/2 inch down on the left hand side. And then you're going to need one piece that is 3 3/4 by 7 1/2. And again, you're going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch on the right and left side of the 7 1/2 inch side. You're going to turn that to the 3 3/4 inch side and score a 1/2 inch down that left side. Then you're going to go ahead and cut one piece that is 3 3/4 by 7 5/8, and you're going to go ahead and score on the right and the left hand side, or the right and left hand side, a 1/2 inch with the 7 5/8 inch across your scoreboard. You are going to turn it to the 3 3/4 inch side and score a 1/2 inch on that left hand side. Okay, and these are actually going to be pockets, and for these, because there is like about a 1/4 inch difference from the rest of, from each one of the pockets, we are going to go ahead and you're going to lay down the 7 1/2 inch one down first. Okay, the 5 and I take that back. Okay, so then what you're going to do is the 7 5/8 inch one, you're going to lay down first. Then the 7 1/2 inch pocket is going to slide into that pocket, just like this. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and slide the 7 3/4 inch. That is actually going to be on the bottom, and that is going to just slide over the 7 5/8 inch. Okay, so it should look something like this when you get them on there. Okay, and then you can go ahead and paper these before you put these on. Okay, and then these will just lay like this, and you'll have 3 pockets to put some photo mats in. Okay, or little tags or whatever you would like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and paper mine, and then we will attach these to the back of page 1. Okay guys, so now I'm putting on the pockets, and I went ahead and stuck this one down on accident, but basically, you know, it's just putting your tape, your adhesive on the back of your pocket, and I'm going to lift this up just a bit because it's crooked. So there we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue right behind there. There we go. And I did go ahead and I used some of that beautiful lace from the shop for the pocket, and I just thought that that looked so pretty. So and I think I might add some like little flowers or something on there later, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then this pocket, so once you get your first pocket laid down, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on this lace real quick. Okay. And you're going to go ahead and just slide this, not all the way down, but you just want to kind of just peek it right in the edge there. Okay. So just like that. All right. Just like that. So I want to say maybe about a 1/4 inch or so. You know, but you can push it all the way down if you want it more down. You can do that. But I kind of want it up just a bit, just like that. Okay. And then again, once you lay that down, this one will slide right underneath there, just like that. Okay. So you'll have this one, maybe I might slide this one down just a bit so it's not so tall up here. So I might just go ahead and slide this one down just a bit more. Just to a little bit the edge of that. Okay, just like that. So that's how that is going to look. So isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through putting these down, and then we are done and we can get on to page number 2. Okay, so I am finished with page number 1, and again, you can just stick, you know, some little tags or whatever you would like in there. They will fit 4x6 photo mats inside of the pockets, so you could definitely fit those inside of there. Alrighty, so there is page 1. So okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off over on page 2. So for page 2, let's see here, what have we got? Page 2. All right, so for the front of page 2, you are going to need, this is going to be our waterfall, okay? So again, to save on some paper and use some of our scraps pieces, okay, the long pieces that are like 1 inch or 2 inches, you're going to go ahead and cut up some that are 1 inch, and you're going to score them down the middle, okay? Now it doesn't matter, I mean, as long as they're about 6 1/4 inches long, That's how many, that's what you're going to need. And you're actually going to need to cut 5 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, okay? Or if you didn't want to do the hinges out of the scrap pieces, you will cut 5 pieces that are 4 and you will cut 5 pieces that are 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, these are actually usually, you know, some people put down their waterfalls, you know, this way. Okay, they put them down vertically. But I think for this album, it's just so beautiful that I really want to showcase some of the papers. And so I think we may lay them down this way. So we are definitely going to go this way. Okay. So you will have, so this will actually fit 10 pieces. Okay. So if you wanted to have one more here, you could, but right now you're just going to cut out 5 pieces that are those measurements that I have down in the description or down in the cutting guide. Okay. And I went ahead and cut my mats. So again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay down the mats. So this mat will go here, just like this. Okay. And then for the back, we're going to have this right here, this pink one. Okay. And that's going to be for the back. So I want to go ahead and get the waterfall set up, and then we'll go ahead and lay everything down. So to do this, we're going to go ahead, once you get your 5 pieces done, okay, your 5 pieces that if you are doing the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 inches, you're going to go ahead and put your hinge on the left hand side. In order to do that, you're just going to turn these over, and you're going to go ahead and make sure that the fold is onto your right hand side. Okay. Just like that. And you're going to go ahead and make sure, again, those are on the edge there, just like that. Okay. And you're just going to go ahead and stick those on, just like that. Okay. Make sure that it's right at the edge there. Okay. So just like that. Alrighty. And then you can cut that excess off. Okay. Now, if you are going to go ahead and cut it at 4 3/4 by 6 1/4, all right, on the 4 3/4 inch side, which is going to be this up here, it's going to lay on your scoreboard, and you're just going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch on that left hand side. That's going to be your hinge. You're going to go ahead and burnish that down, and that would be your hinge, just like you would with making your hinge here. Okay. So that's how you're going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and do all 5 pieces just like that. So I've got some more hinges here that I did, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to place my glue down first. It's easier to do it this way for me. And then I grab the edge of that hinge, make sure the folded end is on my right hand side. And there we go. Alrighty. And I'm just going to go ahead and clip that off. Okay. So, I don't know if y'all noticed, I got my nails done today. And I wanted a little flower, But the guy did a little palm tree, and I thought that was so cute. So I just kind of left it like that. I was thinking about putting a little stud in the middle of it because it's so cute. So I might go ahead and do that later. But I thought that was really sweet, so I liked it. And yeah, they didn't have, I guess, I don't know, they didn't say they had any butterflies or anything like that, or they can, I guess they can draw one or whatever. So I don't know. So, but I thought the palm trees were cute, especially for summertime, right? So yeah, so I thought that was super cute. So I really enjoyed it. My daughter went with me. We just kind of had a girls' day out. Sometimes you just need that, right? You just need to have a girls' day. So last weekend, four of my daughter, well, I should say, all three of us. I have four daughters, but three of them went. We all went out to lunch, the four of us. So we try to do that every once in a while. All of us get together and we just have like a girls' night out where we go and we, um, have just some girl time, go do our nails or go get a manicure or pedicure. And the hubbies all stay home and they watch the kiddos. So it's kind of really nice to do that. So we've been doing that for many years now. And I have to say, I really enjoy it, going out with my daughters and having that time with them. So now that they're older, it's like, you can have adult conversations and stuff. So it's a nice time. It's so fun. So yeah. Okay, so we are done with these. So there is that part. Okay, so now what you can do, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and cover all of these front and back, okay, if you want to. And you're just going to cut your paper out. Now you can go from end to end. So if you wanted to do 4¼ by 6¼ or you could leave like a little tiny border around it, and do 4⅛ by 6⅛, you could do that. So before you do this though, okay, you're going to go ahead and take a look at what scraps you have, okay, because sometimes your scraps will fit like right in there. See how this fits right on there just like that? So be sure to do that. Look at your scraps, okay, before you fit anything, before you cut into anything. And then you should have some of these kind of scraps. Let me grab these. You should have some of these from cutting your papers down, right? If you have some of these, grab those and use them as fillers for your sides there. And you will also need these for your book, okay? So because you'll want to do your gussets. So sometimes I'll use these, but for that as well. But you can definitely use these up and through here, okay, and cut them down and fill in the sides, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. And let's see here. And I think I might just go ahead and do the 1/8, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out all of my papers, get everything done, and then and I'm going to mat all of my waterfalls, and then I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and I accidentally was putting stuff on the page and forgot to show y'all what I was doing. So went ahead and cut 2 pieces of the belly band that are actually going to be 1 inch, 1.5 by 5 1/4 inches, okay? And you're going to score a 1/2 inch on that left-hand side of that 5 1/4 inch side. You're going to go ahead and place those down on your page before you put your mat on, okay? And then to start our waterfall, okay, I have done other videos to show y'all how to do waterfall, but if you're new to my channel, I always show, you know, or try to show a step-by-step tutorial. So you're going to go ahead and stick your first one down just like this, okay? So that hinge, you're going to put some glue on, and then your second one, okay? So you're going to put your glue on just like this, and this is how you're going to do your first one. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and then just lay that first one down. Then you're going to get your second one, and you are going to butt that up next to that hinge, okay, that 1/2 inch piece, just like that, okay? And you're going to go ahead and just press that down, just like this, okay? So it's going to lay right against there. And then you're going to just keep going. So I went ahead and covered both the front and the back of my waterfalls. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead, spread the glue on there, bump that up right against the edge of that 1/2 inch piece there. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that just like that. Okay. Alrighty. And fold that over. And you can definitely, you know, burnish those down. Okay. So you're just going to burnish those down just like that. Okay. And then you have 2 more to do. So we're just going to go ahead and lay these 2 down. So this one is going to get laid down just like that. And again, you're just going to bump that right up against there. Just like that. Okay, now I just wanted to explain something real quick. Now I had this decorative piece left over from one of the pages that we cut, and I went ahead and actually on that line right there, I got my X-Acto knife and just cut a slit inside of that. And I thought I would use that as a little pocket for either some journaling cards or tags or something. So I thought that would be like super cute on there. And then our last one, we're going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to go ahead, that, and place that right up against this one, just like that. Okay. There we go. So they all should line up pretty good. And like I said, you can add more if you would like, but you sure you have 10 photos areas where you could stick some photos right there. So you get 10 of those. And then this is magnetized. So we had a couple of our magnets left over. So you're going to go ahead and stick a magnet right on the arm of this here and the arm of this one here. Okay, so you'll need a negative and a positive. And then you're going to go ahead and the magnet is just right in through there. I don't know if you guys can see it. See it? It kind of sparkles a little bit right there, right in between there. So the magnet is right there. And I just stuck this little tag right there. And I thought, you know, we could put a little sentiment or something like that there. So there is the front of page 2. Okay,
Now,
so for this area here, you can either stick a large photo or you can stick a corner piece down here and just place photo mats in there. Okay, so that closes up just like that. And now we're on to the back of page 2. Okay, guys, so now we're on the back of page 2. And so for page 2, you're going to need to cut 3 pieces that are 4¼ by 3½. And you should have some that resemble these measurements in your stash or in your scraps from cutting our pages and pockets and such. So you should have some that are about this size or pretty close to it, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and score on the left and right hand side 1/2 inch, and then on the bottom you're going to turn this to the 3½ inch side, and you're going to score 1/2 inch down the left side. Your mat is going to measure about 3 3/4, okay? And I think that this would be super cute for like a little photo, you know, of something. And we're actually going to do like a little layout, and we're going to go ahead and these are going to be pockets, so you can insert either another photo or a tag for photos or journaling, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put these off to the side. I went ahead and cut my mats and everything for those. For your mat, for your page, before you put this down on page 2, okay, you are going to go ahead and we're going to measure in, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do this because this is actually going to be a pocket for an insert, okay? All right, okay, so see where I have my line right here? There is a pencil line right along here. And then come in at about 1.5 inches, okay? And you're going to go ahead and draw a line all the way up, all right? So, and then you're going to go ahead and at the top, you're going to come in from the top down to about 1/4 or 1/2 inch. I'm sorry, 1/2 inch. And you're going to stop your line there. So when you come in, again, you're going to be 1/2 inch. I believe it's 1/2 inch, maybe. Yeah, it's 1/2 inch from the top here inward, okay? And then 1/2 inch from this part or from the end here inward on your right hand side. You're going to do a little tick mark at 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch over here. So you should have a tick mark at 1/2 inch. Okay, if you turn your page to the 9½ inch side, and you should have another tick mark at the 9 inch. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to come in at about a 1½ inch. Okay, and so I just got my ruler. It came in about a 1½ inch, and you're just going to draw that line all the way down. All right. After you draw that line, for this is going to be a pocket, okay, you're going to grab your X-Acto knife and you're just going to follow that line all the way down. And that, like I said, this is going to be for a pocket. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my little mat here, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab my X-Acto knife and cut. So just like that. All right, so that's what you're going to have. And then this way, your sides right here will be glued down. Okay, so your pocket's actually going to sit on your page just like this. Okay, so you can fit in an insert in here. Now, if you wanted to, you could definitely go ahead and round that out if you want to, or if you wanted to just grab your scissors and round that out. I usually just leave mine like that, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my eraser and just erase my pencil lines. So that is how you were going to make our little pocket, okay? And again, you can definitely come in if you have any little stragglies or anything, you can definitely come in and just cut those off. I have one there. Okay. Okay, so to go ahead and stick this down without sticking the pocket down, you are going to go ahead, turn this over, and where your line is, you can put your glue all along the top part here, okay? And then on the bottom part, where you have this big space where we cut, okay? You are not going to put glue in this perimeter, okay? Just on the outer perimeter of your page, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Put glue on here real quick. If you feel better, you can definitely use tape, and I do that too. Just ensures that you're not going to get glue up in through here. So we're going to go ahead and bring our page over. Okay, and I'm going to sit this like this. Okay, so your pocket is going to be on your right hand side. All right, just like that. Put glue all the way up and through here. And then only around the perimeter of your pocket. Okay, so there is your little pocket. So now you can go ahead and just grab your bone folder, and you can, stretch that out, inside there. Okay, just like that. All right, and then you'll have your little photo mat or whatever, and this is just an example, but your photo mat will just slide right in through there. Okay, so there we go. So that is that piece. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we are going to go ahead and put on these little pockets. And I'm just going to fast forward through and show you how I'm going to put my pockets on, and I'm going to put my mats on. Okay, so I'm going to just forward through. So I went ahead and stuck our pockets on, and I decided to go ahead and have them, the opening going the other way, so actually this way. Okay, so you could definitely stick, and then this one will be different because it's going this opposite way. So I thought that would be like super cute, right? And so yeah, so I like that. I like how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this one out. I kind of like that one, the little flowers showing on this one better. So so I'm going to go ahead and leave those like that. And then again, you can definitely go ahead and, decorate this with the other items that you've got in your paper. All right, so now we are on the front of page 3, and for the front of page 3, you're going to need one piece that is 8 1/8, by 8 1/4, and you are going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch on the left hand side. Okay, and then you're going to need two magnets. So from your basic grade magnet set that you got. Okay, so you're going to need that. We are going to go ahead and adhere this 1/2 inch to this side here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring this over here just like that. Okay. And we're just going to go ahead and we're actually just going to set this right in the middle. So I'm going to fold this up, place this right on that edge, and place it somewhat right in the middle there, right on the edge of our paper there. Okay. Just like that. Alrighty. So that is how that is going to be. And you're just going to go ahead and burnish that down. Okay. Just like that. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and grab these two, and we're just going to go ahead and take off the backs of these. And we're just going to go ahead and set this, we'll set it right here. And just set it right there, okay? And then you're going to fold that over, and that's going to adhere to that. There we go. Just like that. So now you've got your magnets on the page and then on this side here. And it will close just like that. And then you can go ahead and paper it. And basically that's it. So that is the front of page 3. Okay guys, so we are on the back of page 3 now, and what you're going to do is you're going to need one piece, or you need 2 pieces that are 7 1/4 by 12. Now these are kind of going to be like the same pieces that were on the back of page 1 that we did. I believe it's on the back of page 1, maybe on the front of page 1. Yeah. It's on the back of page 1 where we made our little swing tab here and as our closure. So we're definitely going to be doing that on the back of page 3. Okay, so we made those ones different where we actually made our hinges for that pocket. For this one, I wanted to show you another way how you could do it. But for this one, we're actually not going to make our hinges. We are just going to go ahead and score these. So you're going to go ahead and, like I said, cut out 2 pieces that are 7 1/4 by 12, and you're going to score down the middle at 6 inches, okay, on the 12-inch laying across your scoreboard. Then you're going to turn it to the 7 1/4 inch side, and you're going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch on the left hand side and score a 1/2 inch on the right hand side. Okay, you're going to go ahead and turn these over. All right, and you're going to go ahead and cut one side of the score lines off. Okay, I don't know if you guys can you see that. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cut on the other side of that score line. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my longer scissors here and I'm just going to cut upward. Okay, just like that on the other side of that score line. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and cut on the other side of that score line there on down where you scored your 6-inch piece. Okay, so you're going to cut here, just like this. I think I already cut it, but just like that. Okay, and then again, you're going to cut on the other side of this score line here. So you can grab your scissors and just cut on the other side of that score line, just like this. Alrighty, so now you should have a piece that kind of looks like this. Alright, you're going to bring those little wings in, and you're going to burnish those down. And now I like to show you two different ways because one way kind of saves you some paper, where you saves you a little bit of paper anyway. And this way uses a little bit more paper. You still have to cut two 12 by 12 pieces, but this you know, it uses a little bit more paper than the other. Okay, so now what you can do is you can go ahead and fold this over. Now, if you have some fold over here on your little wing, okay, you can definitely go ahead and cut a little bit more of that off. Okay, or you could definitely bevel that. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to be on the inside there, and I don't really need to cut that one off. Okay. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our glue down here. All right, but I'm going to burnish these down just a little bit more. Okay. And so this is how you're going to do your pocket if you don't want to make the hinges for this pocket. Okay. And we're just going to fold this over just like that. Okay. Right on the edges there. Okay. Just like that. And so there is one pocket. Now, the one thing that we will need to do is put a hinge here. Okay. So, because we don't have anything larger than a 12 by 12 piece of paper, right? So you're definitely going to have to make a hinge for these little pockets. So we're going to just turn this over, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to burnish this down some more here. Okay. There we go. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab one of, let's see if I have any more hinges left. I do have some left, but they're not 6 by 6. But I still think that they'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. This one, I think it's about maybe 4, maybe 5 and a half, maybe almost 6 inches. It's 5 3/4 inch. It's just a piece that I had extra. So it's 5 3/4, and I'm going to go ahead and just use that. I think it'll be fine. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to go ahead and attach this hinge right on the folded part. Is going to be on the folded edge of your pocket. So, and let me grab my page here. I'm just going to grab my page. So here's the back of page 3. And I kind of want this different than the front of page or the back of page 1. So for the back of page 1, our pages opened like this, right? So I'm going to have them do the opposite. So for this one, it's going to go up here like that. And then the other one will go down here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, grab my hinge that's on the folded edge, put my glue right on that there. Okay. Just like that. Grab my pocket. My opening is going to be on my left-hand side. So I'm going to grab my hinge and place my hinge right on the edge of that fold there. Okay. And I want to make sure that it's right on that edge. So, okay. And again, I like using our scraps. I love using the scraps for hinges for our pockets and such, or any flaps, because it just gets them used and out of the way. so okay. So again, we're going to go ahead and do the second pocket. All right, and you're going to go ahead and cut on the other side of that. score line. Okay. Just like that. Alrighty. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut on this side right here. Now, if you want to, if you feel comfortable, you can definitely use your trimmer. My little trimmer is no longer working. I actually bought the Martha Stewart trimmer, and the blades, they don't sell the blades anymore to that trimmer, which makes me kind of upset because it was brand new. Like, I think I had it only for a few months before they discontinued making the blades. So, and I think on Amazon, there's a store that sells the blades for like an astronomical amount. I mean, it's basically like highway robbery. So, I mean, it's crazy. The blades are cost more than the trimmer, and I was like, I'm not going to pay that. I think it was like $20 for a set, and I think 2 blades come in a set or in a package. And over at Michael's, when they were selling the blades before they discontinued them, they were selling them for $5.99. So I'm like, how do you get $5.99 and then it jumps up to like $20? That's just crazy. So I'm not going to pay that. So now, yes, I am in need of a new trimmer, a little one. I have a big one, which is the Fisker's big one, Shortcut, but you know, I use that for my 12 by 12 and not for like little tiny pieces, but lately I've been using it for tiny pieces too. So, okay, so now once you get all of that cut up, and I'm kind of a little off there, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it, because once I get these covered with my paper, okay, so hopefully it will cover that just like that. Okay, so, and that's going to fit that 6 by 6 piece. Okay, so I'm so excited. So yay. So, all right, so now we can go ahead and add our glue, and put the glue on there, and I'm going to rub that in just a bit. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, and I'm just going to fold this over right on top of there, just like that. And there is our second pocket. So again, I'm just going to grab a piece that is in my stash, and I'm going to go ahead and just bring my page over. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this way, and I'm going to stick the hinge, the folded part, right on the folded edge of our pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the glue there. If I need to add some, I will. I probably will, but I'm just going to go and scoot that up just like that. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to add my glue. I need to add some glue right through here. And then turn this around and add some glue right there. Alrighty. Okay, so there is that. So there's this one, and then there's this. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how to place your swing tab on here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to place these on here like this. Okay. Oh, sorry. Before we do that, we need to place our pockets down. Sorry about that, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue back here. I got confused. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just leaving like maybe 1/8 of an inch from the top. I'm going to go ahead and bring this right to the edge there. Okay. Fold that over and burnish that down. Okay. Just like this. Alrighty. Same thing with your next pocket. So your next pocket is going to sit like this. Okay. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and bring this down, slide this to the end there. Alrighty. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and burnish that down, just like that. Alrighty. And that is how that's going to look. Now, if you wanted to, you could definitely, you could place these however you want. You could have this one on top, or you could have this one on top, however you would like to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and I think I might, I don't know, I'm kind of partial like that. So I think I'm going to do that. So for that part, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to grab our cover of our page 3. Okay, make sure it fits right. If you need to trim it down, if it bows, see how mine is bowing like that? That means I need to just trim it down a smidge. So I probably need to trim it down like about, like just a tad little tiny smidge. So I'm going to bring it over to my cutting board. So, yeah, I think that's perfect. So yeah, so there we go. So about 1/8 of an inch is what I cut it off once you get your pockets on here. Okay. So that is going to go like that. All right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to grab one of your little guys here. Okay. And it doesn't really matter, whichever one you would like. Okay. So like if you wanted this one or the pink one, I like this one. Let's see here. Yeah, I like the green. So for the green here, I think I'm going to stick that right here on the bottom. And that will, let's see here, hopefully, because the pocket is here, right? So we want to keep this closed. So I think right here is good. What I did last time is I just went ahead and I had my brad in there, okay? I kind of pushed down a little bit on there, all right, and kind of just made like a little hole with my brad, okay, and because it's dark green, you can't really see it, but I'm going to go ahead and let's see here, see if I could do this. Go ahead and stick that right there, just like that. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to press this down just like this, okay? Actually, I'm going to take this out. Maybe we'll do this. So I'm going to stick this like that. Because this part is really dark, I'm going to grab my pencil and I'm just going to make like a little, hopefully, still can't see it. Alrighty, well, we will grab a pen. Let's grab a pen. Alright, so. Oh, there we go. So you can see the tiny, teeny, tiny dot right There, I know it blends in really good, right, guys? So you're going to go ahead and take your brad, and we're just going to stick that right in there, just like that. Okay. So there we go. So now we can go ahead, we can grab this, and we can stick that through. Okay. You're going to go ahead and open up your little tails, just like that. Go ahead and put glue or your tape around your area. Okay. Don't put any glue on top of this or any adhesive on there, just around that part. Okay. Because you'll want it to swing back and forth. And if you put glue or tape on your little tails, if those swing around, okay, they won't move and it'll get stuck. Okay. I've just had that happen to me. I don't know if other people have had that to have them, but for me, I just feel better if I just leave that little tiny area right there without adhesive. Okay. But you can put adhesive everywhere else. All right. So that is how you want to do that. Okay. And I think we are good. So let's go ahead and we'll see. So there we go. So there is your closure for that part right there. And you can even have it go like this if you wanted to. Alrighty. And then you're going to go ahead and put your mats on here. Okay. Or inside of here. And you're going to go ahead and, yeah, cover everything and get it all glued down. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. Hey y'all, thanks for joining me today. Up next is part 3, where we'll do page 4, flower making and adding our pages to our album. For all your crafting needs, visit JNS Hobbies and Crafts, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!